Welcome back to the MANN channel. If you haven't entered the surfboard giveaway yet, make sure to get over that video and get yourself entered. I'll put a link right above me, I'll put a link in the description below, and I'll put a link at the end of this video. Alright, so I just want to start this video by saying, wow, we are living in some very interesting times. I'm very concerned about what is in store for our economy based on what's happening with the coronavirus. I'm definitely concerned for the elderly population and those who have a compromised immune system. I can tell you that this last week, which would have been the week of March 16th, our daughter had just gotten over being sick. My wife is sick, and I got pretty sick, and I was actually pretty suspicious that I had coronavirus because I had all the symptoms except for shortness of breath. But here you can't get tested unless it's ordered by your doctor, and basically because it's a virus, unless you end up with a bacterial infection, then the only thing they're going to do is treat the symptoms because a virus has to just work its way through your system. So I decided to just ride it out. I actually isolated myself from my wife and daughter for 3 days just in case, because I wasn't sure if I had it and they didn't. But in any case, we've basically been trying to stay at our house, just like most of the people in the world right now. And it's been just very interesting. I'm mostly concerned about our economy because so many places are shut down, and our economy thrives on money being spent and money being made. Really curious how things are going to pan out this year. But that being said, let's go ahead and get into what this video is really about. I wanted to provide a follow-up to my last video where I talked about the fact that I ordered a new truck, and I said that I ordered a new 3/4 ton. So when I receive that truck, I will be sharing that with you and talking to you more about why I got that specific truck. But in the meantime, in this video, what I want to talk about is why did I decide to go with a 3/4 ton? Let me just start by saying that I currently have a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali, and I've been towing my 2018 Malibu Wakesetter 24 MXZ with that for the last couple seasons, and I've towed all my boats with a half ton. There might be people out there that think, why are you even towing that boat with a half ton right now? Because my boat dry is 5,500 pounds. The trailer itself is about 1,750 pounds. You add 500 pounds of fuel because it holds 77 gallons of fuel. And then you add the weight of my gear and some extra options that are not included in that dry weight. And I'm probably somewhere around 8,500 pounds. My truck is rated for 9,600 pounds. So there might be a lot of people out there that say, why aren't you at a 3/4 ton already? And there may be some people that are like me, which are perfectly happy with that half ton towing that particular setup. But let me just explain why I've been pretty content pulling my boat with my half ton. First of all, I am a fan of half tons. I just like the way they look. I also like the way they ride when you're not towing. And if you get the right setup, a half ton can tow quite a bit. It definitely can't tow as much as a 3/4 ton or a 1 ton or bigger, but it can still do a good amount of towing. And in the case of my 24 MXZ, I opted for the triple axle trailer, and I can tell you that the difference between a tandem axle trailer and a triple axle trailer is huge. On my 2014 23 LSV and my 2017 23 LSV, they were similar in weight, and I can tell you that when I was towing with a half ton, every once in a while I would experience a little bit of sway. You know, whether it was I had to brake at a little hard, or had to do a little bit of a quick turn or something like that, and the trailer would sway. And when your trailer sways at all, it's not really fun. But it was manageable. It wasn't much. It was just every once in a while. But I can tell you that once I went to a triple axle trailer, I literally have never experienced any sway. And that would probably depend on what you're pulling, because I'm pulling a boat a little more aerodynamic than, let's say, a travel trailer. So if you had a triple axle trailer with a travel trailer that was basically just like a big sail, because it's just a big flat side, it may still do some swaying, when there's high winds and whatnot. But I can tell you with a boat, you don't have to worry about sway. So the only thing to worry about after swaying with a trailer is whether or not you have the capability of pulling the weight, being able to basically get up to speed or pull a hill or what have you, and then also whether or not it's going to damage your towing vehicle quicker. So I can tell you that my 2017 GMC Sierra 1500 has done really well. The 6.2 liter engine I've felt has been very powerful. The transmission on my current truck, after having it for a couple years now, is not exactly ideal, I don't think, because it kind of does, it's always done this, it's always done the hard shift at the beginning, which in previous vehicles, usually when you have a really hard shift from first to second, that may mean that there could be some transmission damage. So it's always been a little weird. And the other thing is when I do a long tow, the transmission temp will read that it's a little high. But I've taken it in several times under warranty and had them check it, because I have one of those. One of the other things I don't like about my transmission is I can't check the fluid myself, which is a new thing they're doing. So I've taken it in to get it checked, and I kind of was wondering if is the fluid starting to look burnt, or are they finding any metal shavings or anything like that. Absolutely nothing. And I took it in 3 times to have it checked 3 separate times. So my thoughts is maybe there's a sensor or something that's not quite working, or maybe it's designed to go to a really high temperature, and that's fine for that transmission. I'm not sure, but even though it's been working great, just the fact that it reads that way is unsettling. So those have been some concerns of mine with my current truck, even though it has handled very well and I've been plenty happy with how it's pulled my boat. But we recently got a new travel trailer, and it is substantially bigger than our last one, and I towed that travel trailer for about 7 hours in some high winds, and I would say that now, based on how it handled that travel trailer, now it's more important to me that I step up to a 3/4 ton, because I want it to be able to handle that travel trailer better, and also it'll, just as a bonus, it's going to probably eliminate that little unsettling feeling I have with my current truck when I'm towing my boat, so that it doesn't read a high temperature on my transmission temp. Some of the things with my travel trailer and my current truck that concern me is, first of all, the sway, which even though I'm getting a 3/4 ton, I still think I'm going to experience some sway with the travel trailer if there's high winds. But keep in mind, I only tow my travel trailer a long distance twice a year, and it's only 2 hours the first time, 2 hours the second time. That's down to storage by the lake and then back home at the end of the season. Beyond that, I'm only towing it up to 10 miles from storage to the campsite every time. So I'm not too worried about really managing sway at a high level. Otherwise I would get some sway bars or some load leveling bars. I think the truck that I chose is going to do really well, and when I share my truck with you, you'll get to see that. But I really wanted to make a video to explain more of why I went to a 3/4 ton, because I felt like when I do share my truck with you, rather than making a very, very long video talking about why I went to a 3/4 ton and sharing all the different things of why I chose the truck I did, that I would split it into a couple of videos. So that's all I have for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys are staying safe out there, making sure you're doing the social distancing thing. If you have thoughts on this video or coronavirus, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you can be notified of future videos. I'll see you next week.